What if I told you that the person you love who's passed away can sense exactly when you go to visit their burial place? Pope Leo XIV has thoroughly studied the private writings of Saint Faustina Kowalska, where she recorded mystical visions that will completely transform how you honor the departed. The Holy Father now shares what the saint saw about what happens in the invisible world when you kneel before a headstone and pray from the depths of your heart. Write in the comments, Lord, have mercy on souls, if you want your prayer to become light for some forgotten soul who perhaps won't receive any other prayers today. Most people are convinced that going to the cemetery is simply a symbolic gesture. But Pope Leo XIV reminds us of Scripture. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Matthew chapter 5, verse 4. And within that promise lies a spiritual truth that few know about, but that Saint Faustina was able to observe directly. Between the years 1931 and 1938, in the silence of her cell, something extraordinary happened. Mystical apparitions, revelations about the communion between the living and the dead. The Holy Father explains that Saint Faustina wrote everything down with moving precision, and what she observed could change every future visit you make to the cemetery. Stay until the end, because what the soul experiences when you pray depends on your faith and your sincere love. Most people think death closes every communication. But Pope Leo XIV teaches that in the Catholic faith, death doesn't break the bonds of love. It's the door to a deeper and more mysterious communion. The Catechism teaches that death puts an end to life as a time of choice, paragraph 1021. But immediately after, every soul receives particular judgment and enters a new existence, paragraph 1024. And the soul doesn't lose its ability to love, hope, receive consolation. On the contrary, it becomes more sensitive to manifestations of divine and human love. Pope Leo XIV emphasizes, the souls of the departed can perceive our visits, our prayers, our love, not to come back to this world, but to receive comfort on their journey of purification, to feel they haven't been forgotten by their loved ones, to experience a ray of divine light through our gestures of love. The Holy Father wants you to understand something fundamental. Many Catholics go to the cemetery only out of tradition, out of social habit, to not feel guilty. But what Pope Leo XIV discovered in Saint Faustina's writings will show you that every visit can become an incredibly powerful act of salvation. A moment when heaven and earth touch. An instant when you can change the eternal destiny of those you love. The Holy Father carefully studied the writings where Saint Faustina was a privileged witness to this invisible reality. And what she observed will move you deeply. Saint Faustina wrote about seeing a soul that had just died, full of suffering for lost opportunities to love. But when someone prayed with sincerity, a golden light surrounded it, and the suffering transformed into hope. The soul turned toward earth, and its gratitude illuminated the entire spiritual space. The Holy Father explains this wasn't symbolic vision, it was concrete spiritual reality. Scripture confirms, since we are surrounded by such a great cloud of witnesses, Hebrews 12:1. Pope Leo XIV emphasizes that crowd is alive, aware, capable of receiving love and returning intercession. When you visit the grave of your loved one who's died, you're not speaking into emptiness. You're entering into real spiritual communication, an exchange of love that transcends death. And according to the revelations studied by the Holy Father, this communication has concrete effects in the spiritual world. But there's more. The soul doesn't just perceive your presence. It sees exactly the intentions of your heart. Saint Faustina wrote that souls distinguish perfectly between a visit of love and a visit out of social obligation. Pope Leo XIV reports that some souls filled with joy at sincere affection remained indifferent to mechanical visits. The soul knows every tear of real love, every flower placed with tenderness, every prayer with genuine faith. And what seems simple has immense power. The Holy Father explains that when you pray with sincere love, you don't just console the soul, you receive extraordinary graces for yourself. It's a divine exchange where love multiplies love. Maria Sima confirmed. The souls say they feel every visit, every prayer, every gesture. They're rays of sunshine and purification. But Pope Leo XIV discovered something that will leave you breathless. What happens at the exact moment when you approach a grave to pray? At the exact moment you approach the departed's grave with love, something extraordinary happens. The Holy Father studied how Saint Faustina described it with details that will make you understand why every visit is sacred. Saint Faustina wrote, "I saw that when someone approaches with love, the soul is immediately notified by the guardian angels. It's as if a heavenly bell rings. Someone who loves you is coming." The soul turns its spiritual attention toward earth. It can't manifest physically, but its perception intensifies to the maximum. It's as if it puts all its spiritual senses on high alert. But the most impressive thing is when you begin to pray. When the first word leaves your lips, a golden light descends from heaven and surrounds both the soul and whoever's praying. It's as if God makes himself present in that moment of communion between heaven and earth. The Holy Father emphasizes that this light isn't a metaphor. It's a real manifestation of grace that's activated when there's an act of love between the living and the dead. This light accelerates purification and grants special graces to the visitor. But there's something that determines the intensity. The type of prayer you say. Pope Leo XIV reports that Saint Faustina observed 3 levels of spiritual impact. The first level, memorized prayers without concentration of the heart. They arrive like a light breeze. They bring comfort, but limited comfort. The effect is temporary, superficial. But even these prayers have value because they show you haven't completely forgotten your loved one. Any prayer is better than the silence of oblivion, the saint observed. But God wants something much deeper from us. Pope Leo XIV asks you a direct question. How many times have you visited a grave and recited a distracted Our Father, thinking about your problems? How many times have you said a quick Hail Mary just to get the weight off your conscience? The Holy Father isn't judging you. He's simply inviting you to do more, to give your departed loved one what they truly deserve. Your full presence, your completely open heart, your sincere and deep prayer. The second level, prayers with sincere emotion, with real tears, with authentic nostalgia of the heart. When you pray shedding tears of love, the soul comes as close as possible. It's as if it wants to embrace whoever's crying for it. Faustina saw people who, after praying with sincere tears, left the cemetery with unexplainable peace, as if they'd received an invisible caress. The third level surpasses everything. Prayers offered as a conscious sacrifice for the salvation of the soul. Saint Faustina wrote, "When someone offered their own pains, sufferings, merits for the departed, an explosion of light occurred in the spiritual world, so intense it illuminated entire regions of purgatory." This is the most powerful prayer. Offering your sufferings united to Christ's sufferings to free those you love. The soul received so much relief that sometimes it immediately advanced to a higher state. But the most impressive thing is when you offer a Mass from the grave. Padre Pio used to tell his penitents, "One Mass offered for a departed soul has more power than 1,000 prayers recited without it." But a Mass requested from the grave itself, with sincere faith and deep love, can immediately free a soul from purgatory. Pope Leo XIV wants you to understand this teaching well. It's not magic. It's not some mechanical formula. It's the infinite power of Christ's sacrifice being applied directly to the soul you love. When you go to the cemetery, kneel before the grave and say, "I'm offering tomorrow's Holy Mass for the soul of this dear person," you're doing something immense. You're asking that Jesus' blood wash that soul. You're applying the merits of the cross to whoever's suffering in purgatory. The Holy Father reports that Saint Faustina saw exactly this in action. A woman kneeling before her husband's grave offered the next day's Mass. In that instant, the soul was freed and ascended to heaven, radiant. The Holy Father explains why the Mass has this power. It's not just human prayer, but a renewal of Christ's sacrifice. The Catechism. The Eucharist is also offered for the faithful departed. Paragraph 1371. When you ask for a Mass for your loved one, you're applying to their soul the infinite merits of Christ. And from the grave, the connection intensifies extraordinarily. But there's more. Souls don't just receive, they can do something for us. Saint Faustina wrote, "When someone visited with love and prayed sincerely, the soul immediately interceded for the visitor, an exchange of graces. You give relief, I obtain blessings." This intercession is powerful because souls in the spiritual world see clearly our real needs. The souls know exactly what we need for salvation, and God listens with special benevolence. Maria Sima confirmed. After receiving visits and prayers, souls ask for special graces for those who visited them. And these petitions are almost always granted. Pope Leo XIV emphasizes, when you visit, you're not just giving, you're receiving. You enter a circle of love where blessings multiply infinitely. But there's a specific type of prayer that, according to the Holy Father, has the power to completely transform both the soul and whoever prays. The most powerful prayer was revealed by Jesus to Saint Faustina. Pope Leo XIV studied it thoroughly. When you know it, you'll never visit a cemetery the same way again. Jesus told Faustina, "The Lord taught me a specific prayer that has extraordinary power. When someone pronounces it before the grave with true faith, I myself will descend spiritually and grant extraordinary graces." It's the chaplet of divine mercy, recited for the soul of your loved one, but with precise instructions. Jesus said, "Kneel before the grave. Place your right hand on the headstone if possible. After each, for his sorrowful passion add, free the soul of, and say the name, and grant them your eternal mercy." Saint Faustina tried this prayer for a religious sister who died in apparent damnation. While she recited the chaplet with the additional words, the soul appeared radiant. "Your prayer freed me. Now I'll intercede eternally for you." But not just the soul's liberation. Faustina witnessed concrete physical phenomena that confirmed the supernatural effectiveness of this prayer. The earth under her knees warmed gently, as if heat was coming from the depths. An unexplainable fragrance, similar to heavenly roses, filled the air around her. And at the end of the prayer, a peace so deep descended on her that she remained motionless for several minutes, completely absorbed in God, unable to move or speak. The Holy Father explains these weren't psychological phenomena, weren't imagination or suggestion. Faustina experienced them repeatedly, every time she used this specific form of prayer in the cemetery. and other saints confirmed very similar experiences in their spiritual lives. Saint Pio of Pietrelcina told one of his spiritual directors, "When I recite the chaplet of divine mercy for souls in the cemetery, I often feel a spiritual presence so intense, so real, that it's as if heaven physically touches earth. And afterward, invariably, always, I receive supernatural confirmations, concrete signs, that the souls were truly relieved from their suffering." But there's even more. When you recite this prayer, the soul can give you concrete signs of having heard you. Jesus explained to Faustina that he permits the soul to send up to 3 confirmation signs. They always arrive within 9 days. The first sign, unexplainable peace when you think about your departed loved one. Not natural peace that comes with time, but supernatural serenity that arrives suddenly and intensely. It's the soul touching your heart to tell you, "I'm fine. Your prayer really helped me." Pope Leo XIV wants you to understand how to recognize this peace. It's not the normal relief you feel after crying. It's not the calm that comes when you accept the loss. It's something completely different. It's a peace that has no logical explanation. A peace that arrives suddenly, maybe while you're driving, or while you're cooking, or while you're doing some ordinary thing. Suddenly you feel in your heart a deep serenity when you think of the person who died. And within that peace, there's a certainty. They're fine. They're not suffering anymore. Your prayer was heard. The second sign, extraordinary dreams, different from all other dreams you've ever had. Souls who've been relieved receive permission to visit you in a dream. Not common dreams, real spiritual encounters. The soul appears radiant, grateful, often transmitting a message of love or forgiveness. These dreams have specific, unmistakable characteristics that make them different from any other dream. The departed appears young, beautiful, healthy, full of life. The eyes shine with a light that doesn't exist on earth, a light that comes from eternity. Upon waking, you have absolute certainty, without any doubt, that it wasn't a normal dream, but a real encounter, a true visit from the soul you love. Pope Leo XIV emphasizes that Saint Faustina was very precise on this point. Not all dreams of the departed are real visits. But when you recite the modified chaplet with sincere faith, Jesus permits something special. He permits the soul to cross the veil that separates the world of the living from the world of the dead. He permits a true encounter, a spiritual embrace, a message of love that crosses eternity. The third sign, extraordinary coincidences, impossible to explain with human logic. The favorite song that plays when you think of them. The beloved flower that appears unexpectedly. The significant number that repeats inexplicably. Pope Leo XIV clarifies, these aren't superstitions. They're concrete manifestations of mercy that confirm the prayer's effectiveness and the soul's relief. But the Holy Father also discovered what happens to you when you pray this way. Saint Faustina, every time you recite the chaplet for a departed soul with the right intentions, you don't just help the soul. You receive extraordinary graces for your own salvation. Opening heaven for others, you open your own path to glory. Jesus explained, "When my children forget themselves to help souls, I forget their justice to give only mercy." Every act of love toward the departed cancels sins and obtains unimaginable indulgences. When you visit and pray with supernatural intention, you perform one of the holiest acts. You imitate Christ, who descended to the dead to free souls. You exercise the communion of saints in the most perfect way. Pope Leo XIV also found transformation in families who adopt this practice. Families who regularly visited graves to recite the chaplet experienced extraordinary harmony. Arguments ceased. Forgiveness flowed. Love multiplied. The freed souls poured blessings on the family. Maria Sima confirmed, when a family prays for the departed, they intercede powerfully for unity and peace. God listens with benevolence because they come from souls secure in salvation. These families were especially protected against serious temptations, fatal accidents, tragedies. Loved ones in heaven formed an invisible spiritual shield. Now you understand why every visit is sacred. You're not honoring a memory. You're participating in Christ's saving work. You're exercising a spiritual priesthood that changes eternal destinies. But there's something final you need to know. The 3 signs that confirm your prayer was heard. The 3 signs are so specific, you won't confuse them with coincidences. Pope Leo XIV studied how Saint Faustina described them precisely after hundreds of cases. First sign, within 24 hours, physical sensation of warmth in your heart when you say the name. Like an invisible hand touching your chest from inside. Not emotional, physical. With absolute certainty, they're fine. This warmth is so distinctive, many confuse it with a heart problem. But the difference? Human warmth produces anxiety. Spiritual produces peace. One makes you move, the other makes you stay still to enjoy it. Second sign, between the 2nd and 5th day. Unexplainable aroma your loved one associated with something special. The perfume they wore, the aroma of their favorite food, the fragrance of flowers they loved, the smell of work done with love. The aroma appears unexpectedly where it's impossible for it to exist naturally. A woman smelled her husband's pipe in church. A man perceived his mother's perfume in his office, always in moments of solitude or reflection. Third sign, between the 6th and 9th day. A dream so real that upon waking, you know with certainty it was a genuine encounter. Your loved one appears young and beautiful. They look at you with indescribable gratitude. Even if they don't speak, they communicate clearly. Thank you, you helped. I'm interceding for you. These dreams are never forgotten. They remain vivid for years. Always, you wake up with peace you haven't felt since their death. But more important than the signs, what to do after receiving them. Jesus told Faustina, whoever receives these confirmations is chosen for a special mission, to become a habitual intercessor for forgotten souls. Your proven ability makes you a privileged instrument of mercy. Specific instructions. Visit cemeteries regularly. Not just your loved one's grave, but abandoned graves too. Recite the chaplet for souls no one remembers. Every soul freed will become your eternal intercessor. Pope Leo XIV emphasizes, this isn't optional. It's not a suggestion you can take or leave. It's a true divine calling. A calling that comes with serious responsibilities, but also with extraordinary blessings that will change your life. Padre Pio confirmed this spiritual reality when he told his spiritual children, those whom God uses to free souls from purgatory receive in exchange, as direct reward, special, most powerful protection against mortal sin. They receive an extraordinary, almost miraculous facility to grow in holiness. It's as if the souls freed by your prayers form a heavenly army, an army of angels and saints, completely dedicated to your personal salvation. The Holy Father wants you to understand what this means practically. It means every time you free a soul with your prayer, you gain a powerful intercessor in heaven. A soul that from paradise prays for you day and night. A soul that protects you from temptations. A soul that intercedes for your needs. a soul that will accompany you when it's your time to die. But there's also a temporal urgency, a worrying prophecy that Pope Leo XIV found in Saint Faustina's last writings. A time is coming with fewer masses for the departed, fewer family prayers, fewer visits to cemeteries. Souls will suffer almost total abandonment. Those who know these truths now must act before it's too late. The Holy Father emphasizes, this prophecy is being fulfilled before our eyes. Traditions of praying for the departed are being lost. Cemeteries full of graves without visits. Generations growing up not knowing their ancestors need prayers. Maria Sima, before dying in 2004, transmitted an urgent message. Never have there been so many abandoned souls. Never has it been so necessary for the living to remember the dead. Those who act now save entire generations. Here's what you can do according to instructions Pope Leo XIV found in Saint Faustina. First, visit your loved one's grave at least once a month, if you're able. If you live far from the cemetery, if the distance is too great, do it spiritually from where you are. Close your eyes clearly. Visualize the grave in your mind. See the headstone. Imagine being there, kneeling before it. Then recite the chaplet of divine mercy with attention and devotion, adding after each, for his sorrowful passion, these precise words: free the soul of. And here you say the person's full name and grant them your eternal mercy. Pope Leo XIV emphasizes that these additional words transform the normal chaplet into an incredibly powerful instrument of specific liberation for those you love. Second, adopt at least one completely abandoned grave in your local cemetery. Go to the cemetery administrator, introduce yourself, explain you want to take spiritual care of some burial that never receives visits from anyone. Ask which grave is most forgotten, most alone, most in need of prayers. Then become the spiritual family of that unknown soul. Pray for them regularly, at least once a month. Keep their grave clean when you can. Pull the weeds, arrange flowers, make that grave no longer look abandoned. The Holy Father assures you that forgotten soul will become one of your most powerful intercessors in heaven. Third, offer at least one Holy Mass each month for the souls in purgatory in general, and particularly for those of your family, your ancestors, your departed relatives. Go to your parish priest, schedule a Mass, pay the offering generously if you can, and ask the priest to celebrate it with a specific, precise, particular intention of freeing the souls who at this moment most need divine mercy. Pope Leo XIV explains that this monthly Mass can free more souls in a single day than you could ever imagine. Fourth, teach this beautiful devotion to your entire family, your children, your grandchildren, especially young people who are completely losing connection with this sacred and ancient tradition. Make cemetery visits become true moments of shared family prayer, not just occasions of silent nostalgia or solitary sadness. Gather together, pray the chaplet out loud, sing a Hail Mary before the grave. The Holy Father emphasizes that when a family prays united for the departed, those freed souls will bless that family with extraordinary graces of unity, peace, and protection. Fifth, repeat frequently during the day, whenever you can. When you're walking down the street, when you're in the car, when you're doing household chores. This simple but incredibly powerful prayer that Jesus taught Saint Faustina. Jesus, I trust in you. For your sorrowful passion, have mercy on us and on the whole world, especially on souls who at this moment most need your mercy. Pope Leo XIV assures you that every time you say these words with sincere faith, you free souls from purgatory and accumulate immense treasures for your eternal salvation. Now you know what few understand. Every visit is a supernatural act. Every prayer is eternal salvation. Every tear of love opens heaven. Pope Leo XIV summarizes with Faustina's final words: "There is no purer love than love for souls who can do nothing for themselves. Whoever exercises this charity will be rewarded with unimaginable graces. The souls of your loved ones are waiting for you. They need you." And according to the revelations Pope Leo XIV studied, your response will determine not only their eternal destiny, but yours as well. If this message touched your heart, do something eternal. Visit a grave this week. Recite the chaplet for a soul in need. Share with someone who's lost a loved one. And now write in the comments, not as text, but as a commitment of faith: "Jesus, I trust in you. Have mercy on souls." Pope Leo XIV assures you that simple phrase could be the most important act of charity in your life. Writing it with sincerity, you've opened heaven for at least one soul who was waiting for your prayer. In eternity, that soul will remember forever who prayed at the crucial moment. If this revelation opened your heart, like, share, subscribe. Together, we're not just creating content. We're lighting candles in spiritual darkness. We're saving souls who would otherwise remain forgotten forever.